About the difference in height, 5'8.5" to 5'7.5" in Serrano's favor, and a slight advantage in the reach. How much does that half-inch in reach mean, Larry?
It all depends how quick you are. If you're quick, the reach is advantage. If you're not, then it don't mean anything.
Bob Sheridan, Larry Holmes, the heavyweight champion here on the Don King Sports and Entertainment Network. We're all set for the WBA Junior Lightweight Championship of the World. The principal, Samuel Serrano, Roger Mayweather. This is sanctioned by the World Boxing Association and the Puerto Rico Boxing Commission. The rules for the championship fight, 10-point must-scoring system. The scoring is being done by the referee and 2 judges. They're wearing 8-ounce championship gloves. Round 1 underway. That's Roger Mayweather in the black trunks and Sam Serrano in the red trunks. The mandatory 8 count is in effect after the knockdowns. It must take the 8 count. A man cannot be saved by the bell except in the 15th round, which of course signifies the end of the match. Headbutts inside of 3 rounds. It's declared a technical draw. The champion retains the title in that case. If there's a headbutt after 3 rounds, the man ahead on points is the winner. Scoring is based on 4 factors: clean hits, effective aggressiveness, defense, and ring generalship. Third man in the ring, Isidro Rodriguez of Venezuela, and this is his 14th championship fight. So that sets the stage. We're really doing the same thing as the fighters are doing, and that's kind of feeling out the way the pace of this fight is about to go. Again, Serrano in the red trunks, Roger Mayweather in the black trunks.
Bob, Roger got the good jab. He doubles up on the jab, he throws it to the body, he throws it to the head, and if all he gets you looking for that jab, and then he drops the right hand and the left hook behind. It's very good boxing.
The story down here where Samuel Serrano is from this area, they're saying that Roger Mayweather must assert himself. Larry, you fought in strange places, strange countries against fellas that were hometown favorites. And in a case like this, you must go out and take the championship away. You can't wait. And Serrano being a counterpuncher, all the more reason why Mayweather has got to come out and attack.
Yes, he does. He got to come out and attack, but I don't think this fight's going to go the distance, Bob. I think Roger Mayweather is going to do a number on it because he's determined. He got that look on his face, and he's doing what he got to do. Right hands to the body, jabs to the body, jabs upstairs. He's feeling very confident.
Well, so far, Serrano is doing exactly what he always does, and that's just stay back, stay back. He doesn't force a fight. He is an excellent counterpuncher. When you hear the hooting and hollering here, anything that Serrano does at all, they'll cheer for. But don't be misled by the way the crowd cheers here tonight. And Larry and I will try to distinguish between the cheering of the crowd and what's actually happening as far as heavy blows in the fight. We're just underway here in round 1, and the closing minute now of round 1, and the WBA Junior Lightweight Championship.
What Serrano is doing is staying out of the way of Roger's punches. He's using the ring side to side and whatnot, and he tries to get one in every now and then. I think it's a filling out round for Serrano.
Mayweather came in excellent shape, as he'd have to be. We mentioned the humidity at the top of the show. A couple of left hooks there. Really the most action, most combinations of a series of punches at all in the fight.
Those punches were picked off a little bit, Bob, and Roger's going to throw those left hooks just to set him up for a right hand. Roger's very smooth, very patient.
Round 1 is by the boards, and we'll go across the way into the corner of Sam Serrano. This is his 18th world title fight. He won the title in 1976 from Ben Villafort, as you all remember. This, as we told you, is the 14th title defense. He lost the title a couple of years ago to Yasuni Uhara. That was in 1980, but he retained the title from that very same man in 1981. He quit school at the age of 14 to start his amateur boxing career, and he won a 118-pound title here in Puerto Rico in '69. Then he turned pro. Married, has a couple of kids, and he's fighting for the biggest purse in his career, and that's $300,000. He's the world champion, Samuel Serrano. All right, coming up, round 2. How would you score round 1, Larry?
I'll have to get that to Mayweather. He was more effective, do more combinations, and he was aggressive. So I have to get that to Roger Mayweather.
Now we see Serrano begins to pick up a bit more of the pace and roughhouse it a bit, but Mayweather wants no part of it and really attacks right back. Mayweather really isn't going to allow Serrano to get set here at all, is he, Larry?
this is what Mayweather have to do. He got to take control. He got to show the champion no respect. And if the champion want to win this fight, he got to come out there like he want to win. Right now, he's just pacing himself, running around the ring. And you cannot win a fight like this. The champion should have control at all times. He's first.
Serrano hasn't done that, and again, being a counter-punching type fighter, even though maybe here he might have, with the international panel, he still may have a better shot at being a favorite by the judges who just can't help the fact that they're from the Latin American area. But by the same token, you make the thing very, very clear to everyone watching this that Mayweather has got to continue to do what he's done in this round, and that's really established well. I thought in round one he didn't come on as quick as he should have.
Serrano got a slapping left hook that Mayweather got to watch out for. He just threw it that time. He missed. He got under. But he got to keep his right hand up a little bit and not rush his punches. Punches will come. See, right now he's rushing the punches. Nothing really landing. That was that left hook I was saying that Serrano throws.
You think right now he's wasting a lot of leather because a lot of that stuff isn't landing?
But right now he's setting it up way short. He's measuring it, taking his time. That's good. But once you get in the corner, you just throw punches, I know where it's going. That's no good. But once you measure the guy and then let it go like that, then he's doing a good job.
Now the referee, Rodriguez, just warned Serrano about hitting on the clinches. In other words, when he comes in to break them up, he doesn't want anyone to continue to throw punches. And it's a good thing to see the referee take command because I got an idea this could be a brawl before it's over.
Yes, it could be. And Roger's throwing right hand after right hand. He really wants it, but he's got to take his time to set up that right hand because he's not fighting the enemy out there. He's fighting the champion. Serrano should stay out of the corners. He shouldn't be up against the ropes when he's fighting Roger because Roger is a good puncher, a good finish, good right hand landing.
He landed probably the best punch. You've seen a lot of punches land, but that right hand that Larry said was a good right hand. It was a solid right to the head area of Serrano, and it may have taken a bit of a toll, but Serrano just slightly, ever so slightly rubbery on the legs right now. He's bouncing around now to try and get some of that elasticity, as you might say, back in the knees. So you can see just the way he bends over that he wasn't in total control there. One thing he doesn't want to do, as Larry Holmes pointed out, is get caught on the ropes, and he continues to let Mayweather control the pace of the fight, which is a bad thing for a champion to do anytime.
Mayweather got to shorten his punches up a little bit because he's reaching with that right hand.
Now this time we'll go over and take a look at Roger Mayweather. We'll tell you a little bit about him. It's his first title shot, but he's really prepared for it. He's boxed 220 rounds getting ready. That's Jesse Reed, his trainer that you're looking at. The man standing down behind the red corner post there is Billy Baxter. Jesse Reed, the trainer. He had an amateur record of 64-4 in super conditions. Comes from a family of 4 boys and 4 girls in the family.
Roger Mayweather really don't have the experience. He only had 14 fights with 8 knockouts. But he fought a lot of good guys out of that 14 fights. This is what pushed him in this position to fight for the title.
Mayweather's mother and sister here, Larry. His younger brother Jeffrey happens to be fighting up in Michigan someplace as round 3 begins. What effect does that have on a fighter when your family's here?
Well, it shows you want to prove something to your family. You don't want to go back to your mother with a loss. You want to go back to a win. So I think it helps a little bit if your mother can handle it to accept the pressure or the outcome of whatever happens.
But of course, Serrano has his family here too because he lives right here in Puerto Rico. We're in round 3 of the scheduled 15-round WBA Junior Lightweight Championship fight. A lot of action in round 2. Round 1 kind of a feeling out round. Mayweather trying to force the fight. Serrano, I wouldn't call him real effective at this point, but he's certainly shown that he has a left hand that can do some damage later on down the line because he has gone the distance. And don't forget, he's defended this title 14 times successfully.
Roger got a tendency of dropping his left hand in close. And this is so good because Serrano's throwing right hands right over and they're just barely missing Roger.
Mayweather carries his left hand a little low too. I mean, He's kind of open right now for a sneaky right hand, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's quick with that, Bob, and he can get away with it. Some fighters are more comfortable with their hands down low. I know I am very comfortable with my hands down low. And so Roger is learning to be comfortable, but he don't have the experience. So, but it's good for him, but it's not really good for him.
In other words, you can get away with it if you have the quick hands, but there's very few heavyweights have ever had hand speed like yours. Maybe Floyd Patterson and, of course, Ali had great hands in his prime.
What Roger's doing too, Bob, he's throwing body punches. He's trying to get Serrano to bring his hands down so he can get a top. Because he's blocking very well.
Nice uppercut inside there.
That was a good shot in there.
Do you think Mayweather is doing what he has to do? He's staying on. He sort of is controlling the fight. He's controlling the pace of it at least.
Yes,
he's landing more blows.
Mayweather is doing what he has to do, but he got to do it for 15 rounds. That's the question. Can he do it for 15 rounds?
Well, they tell us, Billy Baxter was telling me the other day, his manager, that he's gone 15 rounds 4 times in training. So if that's any indication, he's been down here, I guess, about 10 days in Puerto Rico and training in this heat and humidity. He should be ready for it, would you say?
Yes, but in training is different, Bob. And one thing you don't want to do is go 15 rounds in training because in the heat, it takes so much out of you. And you leave it all in the gym. You don't want to leave it in the gym. You want to bring it here in the ring. And that way you can be able to explore from there.
Well, that's certainly a different view, and you should know. Good shot there. All right, we get the idea that there's a war going on here now.
Mayweather looked over here like, say, hey, I'm ready to fight, Larry. He's not going to get nothing over on me. Mayweather looks pretty good, Bobby. He don't look like he's doing any fatigue. And same as Serrano, he don't look tired either. He just look a little bit confused right now.
Well, a lot of that has to do with his style of fighting too, Larry. Let's take a look at this uppercut that our fellows, our camera crew did an excellent job getting this one. Let's see if it shows. There it is. There it is. Right there. Both of us saw that at the same time when it happened.
And that's what Mayweather have to do when he see that, when he get in close like that. He just can't wait. He just got to throw his punches real quick. He ties them up and the uppercut later comes.
That left hand there again, and that flurry that we just showed you there got through, and then when we cut away, but when it was actually live, the bell had just sounded, and they continued to fight. Let's see if they come out as aggressively here in round 4. Bob Sheridan with Larry Holmes from the Don King Sports and Entertainment Network, and Roger Mayweather and Sam Serrano doing their job in the ring. We got a brawl on hand here, and Isidro Rodriguez, the referee, has his hands cut out, making sure it stays clean because it's a rough fight. Roger Mayweather, the aggressor in the black trunks, and Samuel Serrano, the champion in the red trunks. He's been a great champion, but he's got all he can handle tonight.
Roger is throwing a lot of punches. Some of those punches are getting in, but he got to be very careful because Serrano is throwing punches back.
Serrano's just starting to come back now. The crowd here in San Juan comes to their feet anytime Serrano does anything. When Serrano went after him with that wild right hand there, it doesn't seem to shake Mayweather. He's got a lot of poise and polish for a guy that's only had 14 professional fights, Larry.
Yes, he does. And what he's doing, he's getting under that right hand that Serrano is throwing, and it don't really have any effect. And Roger's landing punches while he's missing.
Can these guys be throwing punches from the hip and from the back of their shoulder and really cutting loose for 15 rounds in this heat?
Yes, they can if they have that determination. And right now, these guys are fighting for their life.
Tries to put more with it, but Mayweather comes right back. Mayweather's tough, Larry. There's no two ways about it.
Yes, he is, but he's getting hit with some left hook, and he got to keep his hand up. These guys are fighting, Bob.
We knew it was going to be a good one, the WBA Junior Lightweight Championship of the World. And we've got a good one on hand here, believe you me.
Rogers is doubling up on the left hook and the right hand. He's doing a lot of good things in there, Bob, but he's fighting a pro in there that ties him up and hold him and keep those punches from landing.
Serrano knows exactly what he's doing in tying him up.
Right. Serrano is landing punches on top of the head because Roger is ducking under it. But Roger's still strong. He's coming back, throwing punches.
Hiram Bithorn Municipal Stadium in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The WBA Junior Lightweight Championship. Round 5 coming up. 4 was a better round for Serrano. He really showed that he's champ and is not going to be pushed around.
Yeah, he got to do that, Bob, because if he don't do that, he's going to lose his title. He got to come out there fighting. He cannot let Roger take the place from him.
Oh, good right hand. Maybe the best for Mayweather. Good shot lands into the head of Serrano.
See what Roger's doing, he's still waiting for that 1-2 punch. And he can't use that one. He got to get back to the basics. The jab, good right hand over top of the jab that time Roger lands. So he just got to keep that jab going and stop looking for that 1-punch knockout.
I think the important thing that you pointed out, Larry, is that Serrano is just too slick for this 1-punch sort of thing. He's been there too many times, you know. Guy that's been to the well that often knows what he's doing.
But he's been there, Bobby, no doubt about it. He's been champion. Good punches by Roger, right over top of the jab with Serrano. Roger's using the counter punch now just to offset him a little bit, Bob. We do something different.
Serrano didn't look like in the first couple of rounds like he was warmed up, and I had the fight after 4 scored dead even, so it's almost a brand new fight here. And don't forget, unless this Mayweather can take the fight away decisively, Serrano is going to retain the title tonight. So Mayweather's got to continue what he's doing. Midway through round 5, as you see there.
What Roger's doing now, Bob, like I said, he's waiting. And he's waiting to counter, and that might not be good. What I think he should do is push this guy because he's older, and Roger is younger, so maybe he can make him fatigue with this music. The heat is very hot here, especially under the lights.
Not only is it hot, but a tremendous humidity factor. It's got to be in the 90s here. We're just sitting here, and you're in shape, and you're sweating. We won't say what I did. But the fighters definitely are in great shape, and they need to be for a night like this. Samuel Serrano, the WBA Junior Lightweight champ in the red trunks. To the left of your screen, the challenger, Roger Mayweather. A game challenger he is. He wants the title bad.
Good right hand again by Roger. Roger's waiting to counter. So what he should do is keep that jab. That way he'll keep the punches from coming at him. Roger throws a good right uppercut inside, too.
Closing seconds now of round 5.
Good right hand by Roger.
Good right hand at the end of that round.
You got fought a little bit after the bell, Bob, but Roger ended with the best punch. The right hand landed.
How would you score that round, Larry? I'm kind of up in the air as how to
well, I might be biased, but I think Roger landed more punches because the other guy waited a little bit as Roger waited, but he was countering punches. So I got to go along with Roger on that, just by a little bit.
We've got a replay of a pretty good right hand earlier in the round. Let's see just how good it was when it landed. Bang! That one snapped his head all right, Larry.
These punches would take a toll.
And now we show you the flurry at the end of the round. Right hand there that scored too.
See, what Roger's doing is letting people get to him because when Serrano throws punches, the crowd cheers, even the punches don't land. Right. Roger cannot let that bother him.
fight to this point, on our scorecards anyway. Larry and I are always within a point or two of each other. I've got a dead even right now. But again, we caution you folks that may be scoring along with us at home. We're using the 10-point must system. Don't forget, we're fighting in the champion's backyard here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. So Roger Mayweather has got to continue what he's been doing to this point, and even then some. He's got to land some real flush blows to make it look decisive, if in fact he is to win this fight. He's come to fight, there's no question about it. There's a good combination, good uppercut.
This is what Roger got to do. Got to take his time, just like he's doing. Don't go crazy in there. Set him up, push him up with the jab, and shoot that right hand. Don't go crazy. Just throw him in there, really easy. They might not look like nothing, but they hurt.
Last time out, Mayweather fought Elmer Suttington in St. Joe, Missouri, and only went 2 rounds.
Right. I'm sorry, Bob. I'm excited. Roger's landing good right hands and left hook, and this is what he got to do. Serrano's in there on that corner, landing there on the corner, and Roger takes advantage of it. And this is what Serrano is using to play.
Oh, a good right hand scored that time, Larry. Serrano tries to fight back gamely, but again, Mayweather, the bobbing and moving of his body is slipping those punches of Serrano, and that's what he has to do. Serrano goes for the back of the head. Mayweather just laughs at him. And maybe when this happens, Larry, the challenger is getting a little more confident.
Yes, he is. Serrano is cut above the above the left eye, Bob, from a right hand, I think, from Roger Mayweather. Just to show you, Don King always puts on a good show. And these people here is enjoying this fight. I know I am, Bob.
I am too. I get excited for all championship fights, but this one you've got the kind of action you had in the Gomez-Lupe Pintor fight, the Hearns fight. You've got some real good action here. And don't forget, coming up in the next 6 weeks or 2 months, he's got plenty more. Good right hand, get through that time.
I'm sorry, Bob.
You're all right.
Right on the cut of the eye, too. Right on the cut.
Referee Isidro Rodriguez says, keep him up. Larry picked up that cut over the left eye. That's on the eye of Serrano.
And Roger's teeing off on that eye. Another one, right on that. Open it up again, Bob.
2 real good shots.
Good uppercut by Rogers. But Rogers looks like he's getting a little tired, Bob. He's a little bit fatigued now. He don't have that zip that he had earlier.
All right, the bell sounds, ending round 6. We go to the corner, and immediately, Larry, you see the corner putting the ice on and the cold water to try and keep the swelling down. And then what do? They pack it with Vaseline to stop the cut. How does that work in there?
Bob, I really don't know. I know they got a lot of ointments and whatnot, and they put some stuff on it, and I really don't know what it is, but need a good cut man.
Here's the replay here. Bang, he's nailed him there in the eye, and again right there is really a clear shot of where that opened up for the second time. Exact same punch, but just from a different angle. Watch this now. You saw the good shot there. Uppercut missing.
They put a lot of stuff on that cut, Bobby, and I really don't know what it is. A lot of trainers got a lot of different things. Rogers taking deep breaths in the corner. Maybe this deep now is starting to get to him.
The way they had that material on the face and around that eye, it could be a bad cut. Round 7 coming up here.
What they could use, Bob, is a good one for that cut. If they get the magic glue, try to keep it shut.
Samuel Serrano, the champion of the world in this junior lightweight division, has his hands full with the challenger Roger Mayweather.
Right hand by Roger. Serrano keeps shaking the head. No, they don't hurt, but they hurt.
Another real good shot. Larry, I don't know who's more excited here tonight, you or me.
I think we're easing it out. That right hand landed right on top of that cut, Bob. Started to open up a little bit, but they did a good job over there on that corner.
If you think I get excited when I'm calling a fight like this because it is an excellent fight, you should see me when you're in there.
I got the tape, Bob.
We're in round 7 of the WBA Junior Lightweight Championship. Samuel Serrano from right here in Puerto Rico entertaining Roger Mayweather, and Mayweather has come to fight. Opened up a cut in the 5th round over that eye of Serrano, and the 6th round nailed it real good again. They've got some kind of substance, I'll call it, over that eye, and I'm not really sure what it is, nor is Larry.
On the ear, too, Bob, on Serrano's ear, it looks like it's bleeding. Maybe it'd be a cut on his ear, not from the right hand.
Now, you mentioned something about the type of gloves they're wearing, that they have a tendency because of a stitch in it to cut.
That's right. The Reyes gloves, they always cut. I don't use those gloves, Bob. I don't like them. They're what you call puncher's gloves.
Pace has slowed down just a bit here in round 7. Mayweather still looking for, as you pointed out way back in the 1st and 2nd round, for that one shot that he can really take Serrano out with.
Serrano is not really doing anything now, Bob. He's waiting and waiting. And every time Mayweather throws a punch, Serrano reacts to it.
That punch did nothing. The crowd started to come to its feet, and Mayweather just picked it off.
Mayweather got to just use his jab and do what he's got to do. Forget about that right hand right now, because it'll come.
Both fighters, even at this stage in the 7th round, in excellent shape. Serrano scores with the right hand, but it doesn't affect Mayweather. Referee Rodriguez.
Good right hand. That hurt.
I'm in trouble. Another right hand, another right hand, following up with combinations. And luckily for the champion Serrano, the bell sounds before he had the opportunity to really get in some serious trouble. The one punch got through, and now we're trying to slip into the corner here of the champion. You see them working profusely on the eye now. Show you the replay of just what happened at the end of the round. Bang, a good shot,
right
and a
hand right
real
there,
good
Bob.
right hand, Larry, is right.
That second right hand did the job on him. The bell saved him.
Bell really did save him. Mayweather had him in a lot more trouble than what they could do. This shows you a full body shot. Now you see the legs really wobbly in the knees. You see him wobble on the left leg, on the front leg, and he's really bouncing back awkwardly, and it's plenty of trouble here. But fortunately for Serrano, unfortunately for Mayweather, the bell sounds here to save the action. Had he gone down, by the way, the scoring of the WBA, the count continues in every round with the exception of the 15th round. Still wobbly on his feet, I would say, is Samuel Serrano.
What Mayweather have to do, he got to come back out and do the same thing. He got to box his way into that position to take him out. He can't throw those head shots to try to take him out. That shot will come. All he has to do is use that jab and get himself in that position again, Bob.
Mayweather scores another good right hand. Serrano is doing everything he can to make a fight of it now, but I wonder just how much that right hand in the 7th round took out of him.
He's against the ropes. That's where he don't belong. Like I mentioned earlier, Bob, he should move around and stay off the ropes because he's right in the corner, and this is what Mayweather does the job.
Mayweather looks like he's loading up now, waiting to get off of that right hand.
That's right.
Ooh, there it is. Bang, another one. The left follows up. Serrano knows how to cover up, but the right hand gets through.
Bobby, if you notice, that's the way I measure him. Roger's been watching my film.
Serrano looks very rubbery in the legs and in the knees. Mayweather's eyes are so clear. Works downstairs to the left, trying to get a bit of punching room. This is where the experience of the champion shows, as Mayweather is tagged with a right hand and another right hand.
Like I said earlier, Bob, Mayweather keep his left down, and you can't keep his left down because he's throwing everything he got. He's desperate now. You got to get out there and use his jab and do what he's been doing.
Mayweather's in big trouble. His legs have gone rubbery. Who's got the biggest heart, Larry? This is what this is going to prove. These guys have been hurt.
Serrano's in trouble again now, Bob. Serrano's holding on. He's hurt. Mayweather caught him with a good punch. He shakes his head no, but he's hurt. He's hurt.
He says he's not hurt. He says he's aware.
No, he's hurt. He's desperate, Bob. He's throwing everything he got. He's home.
That's it. I don't think he'll get up. I don't think he's going to be able to get up, Larry. The count's up to 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. They say no.
They stop it.
7, 8. That's against the rules. But the referee says no way. He's not going to continue. He finally calls it a TKO. They came out from Samuel Serrano's corner. They did not want him to get hurt, and the referee has stopped the fight. There's confusion inside there.
Roger Mayweather
is exhausted, but he is the new WBA lightweight champion of the world. The junior lightweight champion, I should say. Watch the replay of this seesaw battle. It was unbelievable.
As soon as he straightened up, he got hit with a good right hand by Mayweather, and he went down and he hit his head on the campus bob, and that's when his corner ran in to stop the fight.
Watch it again.
Mayweather was throwing uppercuts, left hook. He was throwing everything, and Serrano was really down. But as soon as he straightened up, he got him with the right hand.
He just hit him flush, Larry, with that right on the butt.
I don't want to get hit like that.
Oh, it was just as flush a punch as you possibly could have.
Wise move by the corner. This will show you the concern of fighters when the corner stepped in like that and stopped the fight, even though it was for the
Cobb, you stopped swinging hard in the 15th round because you didn't want to hurt the man. Some people would criticize you for having a killer instinct, but you did a lot of killing at that point.
Well, this game is to make money, do what I got to do, and get out of there as quick as I can, but not to hurt nobody. I don't really want to hurt anybody.
We're going to attempt to get Roger Mayweather over with us for an interview. And if I'm sure that no, I think they're coming down here, Larry. They're going to bring him down to us, is what I have a feeling they're doing. You can see Mayweather being interviewed by the radio personalities here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and we'll wait for them to bring him down to us here at ringside. Samuel Serrano still walking above us. That's really shocked to lose the title. A tough defeat for him, and a great win for Roger Mayweather, the new WBA junior lightweight champion of the world. Let's take a look at the knockdown one more time for you. We'll show you another replay of how it happened. And don't forget, it was a seesaw battle. Mayweather started strong in this round, the 8th round. Then Serrano scored a punch. And now you'll see the devastating right hand. Serrano's in trouble here. Bang, right on the button goes that right hand shot. And there was no question at that point that it was all over. The referee taking the mouthpiece out, and the people came from the corner of Samuel Serrano saying, that's it. This man did what he had to do. He came to Samuel Serrano's backyard, forced the fight, and took the title right away from him, right the way he had to do. His record goes to 15-0 with 9 knockouts. A tremendous, tremendous record. And a great, great champion, Roger Mayweather, is now. He had a great fight for himself, and I know there's a lot of excitement in that camp. Billy Baxter and Jesse Reed have got to be thrilled with their man, Roger Mayweather. Samuel Serrano still walking around. You see promoter Don King in there. Serrano really doesn't know what hit him. He was really knocked out cold, and his opponent just said, that's it. We can't allow anything else to happen here. That's his mother and his sister in there with him, and they are thrilled with their son and brother, respectively. A happy day for the Mayweathers. Their son is the new WBA junior lightweight champion of the world. And I know our fellows that assist us here at ringside are working to try and get Mayweather down here so we can have the opportunity to interview, talk to him, and maybe show you the replay one more time.
Congratulations,
All right,
Roger.
joining us here at ringside as we look across the way to the defeated former champion Samuel Serrano. Joining us here at ringside is the new WBA junior lightweight champion of the world. We have with us Roger Mayweather, and I know, Roger, that you have to be thrilled with what you've just done out there.
Yeah, I'm real proud of myself, and I'm proud of my managers and everybody who got me here today, because if it wasn't for my manager and my trainer, I wouldn't probably be here today fighting him for the WBA title. So I'm really glad to be here, and I'm glad everybody came out, like Larry Holmes, and Tommy Hearns, who's from around my hometown, and Milt McCoy, and my two sparring mates, Terry Silver and Jimmy Jackson. And everybody came out who really helped me to get ready for this fight.
Let's tell the real story as it happened today. Early today, 10 o'clock in the morning, a bit of a ruckus at the weigh-in. Your manager challenging the title for Samuel Serrano stepped on the scale very quickly. Then you had to get on there. Nobody really had a chance to check that scale. Jesse Reed, who was your trainer, complained a bit about it, and to no avail. You had to lose the 3/4 pound.
I had to lose 3/4 pound. I think that kind of made me set my pace a little different, because I had to lose that 1/2 pound. But it didn't really affect me that much, because I knew he was an older fighter. I knew he been around for a long time, and he had a lot of mileage on his legs. And I knew he couldn't run for 15 rounds like he used to do in the early part of his career. So I kept pressing him and digging into the body, and eventually he got a cut. So I think he was a little leery of the cut. So then I pretty much just started putting my attack together and making him miss punches, as well as me throwing shots and countering back on his mistakes.
Well, Roger, they said coming to Puerto Rico, you had to take the fight away, and take the fight away you did. We're going to switch here to the replay of the knockout. You watch right here in this monitor right in front of us and describe it yourself, just what you're saying.
Well, right now, I know he leery at the right hand. He looking for the right hand. He lead with the right hand. He finna come back with a hook. I hit him with an uppercut side. And pretty much just setting up my attack right there. See how he ducking and he lowering himself in the right hand right there.
That right hand was really devastating.
Right, that's usually my best weapon, so I use that on occasions when I can get him out of there.
Now tell us about the early pace in the fight. Coming in, they said you had to go out and take the fight away from him. You didn't panic. Larry thought that you might have been a little too aggressive in round one, but you were patient enough to take it.
Well, I had to get aggressive. I thought first that he was going to come out and be aggressive with me and press the attack. But I know he's a runner, more of a runner boxer, so he didn't come out and press like I did, so I was going to go out there and just gain my respect on him. I did get a little careless at times, and I came back to my corner, and they told me to get relaxed, stay relaxed, use your jab, and so you can hit him with the big right hand, but you got to set the right hand up off the jab instead of throwing one shot. I looked over the side, I seen the hitman saying, put them together, baby, so I put them together, and you seen what happened.
Well, then in the second round, you seemed to do about the same thing, but it turned around. He started realizing that you were taking the play away from him, and in the third round, he came back and had a real good round.
Yeah, he came back, he had a real good round. He did a little better punch than I thought that he was. He caught me one good time here on the ropes, but it stung. It wasn't a devastating shot that made my legs or anything buckle, but it made me a little cautious that I just can't be just running in there. You know, he's a human being. He got small gloves on. Anybody who got small gloves on can hurt you.
Larry talked about those gloves, those Reyes gloves. They have a tendency to cut, and you were able to do the job, splitting them open then in the fifth round.
Well, I'm glad they came with the Reyes gloves, because they're a little less padded, they're a little smaller, and they're better for the punching. And I thought I was a little better at the puncher of the two. So I'm really glad that they picked them gloves right there and came with those.
Roger, one final thing. In the closing round there, it was a seesaw battle. You hit him a real good shot. Then he came right back and nailed you, and it looked like you were wobbly yourself before. Actually, I said at the time to Larry Holmes, now we're going to find out who's got the heart of a champion.
Right. I've been wobbly before in one fight before when I won the USBA title, and again when I won the Nevada Junior Lightweight Championship. So I'm kind of under pressure pretty much when I get hurt, but I didn't think he had that kind of firepower, but he did, and I weathered the storm, and this is what happened.
Roger, sit right there and catch your breath a bit. I'm going to ask Billy Baxter to lean down here just a bit. Bill, what now would be the future for this fine champion that you now are the manager of? And you said all the way, you were taking all kinds of bets. You said Roger Mayweather will leave this country, leave this island with the championship.
Well, Roger, he's come along. A lot of people think he's come along too fast, and he has come along fast, but he's not exactly like a fighter that's had 14 fights. He's been boxing his brother since he was 9 years old. His brother was a pretty good welterweight. So we felt like he was ready for this fight, and it didn't look like we were going to get to fight for the lightweight title, so we just dropped down a notch we'll try to make us some money until we can get a fight up there.
Billy, tell me, coming into this fight, there was no question in your mind that he was going to leave here the champion. What made you so confident? You told me that you were, this afternoon, that you were more concerned with the Muniz fight than you were with this one.
Well,
which is a strong statement on the day of a championship fight.
Well, to be honest, we knew Munoz was a good puncher. Serrano has got a reputation for not being a good puncher. I knew he couldn't outbox Roger, so if he couldn't punch, he didn't have no way to win. So that's the reason I was more confident. I didn't figure he had any chance if he couldn't knock Roger out, because I didn't figure anybody would decision him. There's a lot of good fights out there now. We got Camacho, you got Navarrete, Bazooka Lamone, Chacon, Bozo Edwards. So this may be the hotbed for the next year or two, right where we're at tonight.
I tell you, Don King has been talking about going to Thailand and whatnot with the Don King Sports and Entertainment Network. Well, we see a lot more of him on the Don King Network, I'd say.
Incidentally, we want to thank Don King for getting us this championship fight. He brought us down here, and of course, we told him we was going to win the title, and of course, you see the results.
That's the manager, Billy Baxter. Roger Mayweather, the new champion of the world, the WBA junior lightweight champion. Been a real exciting night here. Larry Holmes, from one champion to another now, I give you the opportunity to ask him one final question.
I just want to say I congratulate you, Roger, and I felt that you could do it all the time, and you're real good. And as long as you keep doing what you're doing, there ain't nobody going to beat you. I watch you on ESPN, and I wanted to steal you myself.
I appreciate it. I'm glad everybody came out for the fight, and I'd like to thank everybody back in my hometown, Grand Rapids, Michigan, in Las Vegas, and my mother, who really was a big part of my career, and who really didn't really want me to fight, but now I'm here, so I guess you're pretty happy now.
Roger, tell me, I understand your mother and your sister here. Is this the first time they've seen you fight?
The first time they see me fight live. Tonight, my brother's fighting over in a different part of town back in my home.
Up in Flint, Michigan, I heard.
My brother's fighting in Flint, Michigan, and I wish him the best of luck because he's on a comeback. And hopefully he can get back in the top contentions and do something for himself, too.
All right, that's Roger Mayweather, the new WBA junior lightweight champion of the world. A big, big win over Samuel Serrano, knocking him out in the 8th round. And everybody in their camp expecting him to be able to do it. The crowd is still on hand here. And I understand from our people that we are going to be able to show you, we have time enough left on the show to be able to show you several of the rounds coming up. And since the 5th round was where the cut took place, let's pick it up with 5th round action, Serrano and Mayweather.